はい、こんにちは。今回もディスコエリジウム続きをやっていきましょう。ちょっとね、またフォントと、サイズを変えてみました。読めるようだったらこのフォントでやっていこうと思いますが、さて今17時51分ね。はい、大丈夫じゃないかな。これぐらいのフォントの方が見やすい気がするんですが、この辺の説明の字とかがね重なっちゃうんですよね。若干やっぱり重なっちゃうかな。会話が読めないようだったらちょっと考えます。はい。それで前回ですね、このおいちゃんに女性のドライバーと思われているやつがそのお薬のなんか情報を持ってんじゃないかっていう話をしてて、でその人がこっから入るんだっけ？ここなんかインタラクトできる。この人かなと思うんですけど、これはこれはお薬のやつですね。今精神回復が残り1しかないからちょっと使わないですが、この人にじゃあ話しかけてみましょうか。この人ではないと思うんですけどね。
Her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
ペイルドライバー。女は依然として手に持った写真をじっと見ている。後ろからラジオの音が聞こえてくる。女の顔の前で失礼、少し聞きたいことがあるんだが。
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
ばあちゃんか？
Nothing. Her smile just keeps widening. Her hair is gray like no. This one is a monster in disguise.
こいつは化け物が変装してるんだ。女の顔の前で指を鳴らす。
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
強引に行かないと無理かもしれない。強引に2回指を鳴らす。
Where am I? Who are you?
客を催眠状態から引き戻すマジシャンのように彼女を現実に引き戻すことに成功する。
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the weary aspect of a cornered beast.
それをあんたに聞きたかったんだが。大丈夫か？ぼーっとしてたぞ。いきなり質問返しするとちょっと警戒されるかもしれないんで。大丈夫か？大丈夫じゃねえからぼーっとしてたんだよって言われるかもしれません。
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
渋滞で足止めを食らってたんだね。この50年代に。待ってくれ。50年代の何が気に入らないんだ？
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
はいですね。男どもの顎は小さいし、すべてがプラスチックでできているからだ。なぜプラスチックなどがいる？琥珀で世界を想像できるというの。琥珀で世界が想像されてたら美しいでしょうね。でも全て閉じ込めてしまうっていう、何かそういうニュアンスもありますが、他にどこがある？
Back in Methka, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and cafes are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro.
歩道やカフェに若者がたくさんいてね。私はガブリエル・ブエニエロ主演の開拓の牛飼いっていう映画の最新作。開拓の牛飼い映画。カウボーイってことだ。カウボーイ映画の最新作を見に行くところだった。
Until you came along, that is.
そういう夢を見てたのか。ガブリエル・ブエニェロって誰だ？これ本当の問題じゃなくて、固有名詞がやっぱり読みづらいです。まあその辺はしょうがないとして。
This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
贅沢な琥珀のフレームに入った写真をあなたに見せた。写真を見てみる。
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his jaw, the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen.
顎は見たこともないほど完全な形をしている。顎の形ってあんまり気にするときはね、スーパーマンとかバットマンとかああいうアメコミのヒーローの顎とかはなんか気にしちゃいますけども、それは元の絵があるからでね。例えば今パッとクリント・イーストウッドの顎ってどんな顎だって言われてもちょっと思い出せないです。
This man's got a hold over her, even 50 years later. You can feel it.
映画スター、心の中に残っている映画スターなのかな。
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the screen. And schoolboys used to memorize all of his lines.
夢の邪魔をして悪かった。
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Loman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden. While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Methk, it was a golden age.
じゃああんた若い頃はメスクにいたんだな。
Someone was.
Someone was って言ったな。どういう返答する？誰かがいたかね。誰か、あんたの記憶の話じゃないのか。
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not?
誰の記憶かなんてどうでもいいことじゃないか。何なんだよ。すごいな。
They're beautiful. That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
なんつうかさ、すごいんですよね。ちょっとこのどうかな、わかんない。僕も最近は日本の小説とかも読まないし、翻訳物も新しいものもあんまり読んでないですけども、これぐらい多様なそのキャラクターが出てきて、例えば非常に具体的でかつ非常に偏ってわけのわからない話をする人もいれば、この人みたいに非常に詩的でノスタルジックで何かこう詩的なね話をする人もいれば、非常に分かりやすくシンプルに現実を伝えて、A のこと知りたいの B のことっていう人もいれば、これってどういう風に作ったらこうなるのかなと思いますよね。本当だから、それこそこの頭の中にこれだけのね、これはなんだっけ、24だっけ、そうですねのそのキャラクターがいる、自分の中に24ぐらい何か自己を表現するキャラクターがいる人でも、こんなにその口調が分かれる、表現方法が多彩な人っていうのはいないと思うんで、だからこのゲーム内でいろんな人がいるなっていう感想とともに、それに感動できるぐらいの簡単に言うとキャラクターの書き分け、それが分担してやっているのかどうなのかわかんないんですけど、それがあることに、だからまあ簡単に言うと現実の社会ってこれぐらいそのいろんな話し方をしたり、いろんな、考え方を持っている人がいてしかるべきだとは思うんですが、そういうところにへえって思うわけですよね。
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
いいですね。しかしこの人は凶暴だ、その文字通り凶暴だっていう意味ではないのかな。ちょっとよくわかんないな。そうか、他にも聞きたいことがある。警察としてな。
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
あんたは何を運んでるんだ？
Diamonds.
ダイヤモンド？本当か？
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
そうだったら最高だよな。そうだな。こういう人と話したいですよね。本当は何を運んでんだ？
Whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
じゃああんたは自分が何を運んでるかわからないんだな。
I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
あんたトラックを運転するとハイになれるのか？
Oh, it's so much more than a high where I go, Harife. It's low. I go to the bottom.
この人はまたまた困りましたね。こういう返事をされちゃうとね、いつも困っちゃうんですよね。いや、はいじゃないローだってね。どういう接し方をしたらいいか、この人が どういう人なのかそうか。ちょっとまだわかんないですけども、ある種の絶望、圧倒的な絶望に包まれているがゆえ、その強烈なノスタルジーにほとんど浸っていて、世界のことがどうでもいいようなことなのかな。ある種何にも確信を持っていないでやっているっていうことなのかもしれません。ちょっと抽象的な言い方ですけどね。
Yeah, it's definitely some kick. Some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick. Perhaps you can find out later.
わからないでもない。余計な詮索はしないということか。
Of course it does. What did you expect?
その開拓の牛飼いってやつだが、いまいちよくわからんな。
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to on the Western Plain.
なるほど。それはなんだ？
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring Boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain.
それは叶わなかったんだな。
Of course not.
Of
The
course not.
Boyadero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maygrit, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
それで男は乗馬を諦め、その子と結婚したんだな。
So the Boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the Maygrit. Then he rides off, because the Western Plain is calling to him.
これは強烈な話ですね。そんな西部劇あんのかな。うわエルトポとかね、西部劇的な展開はしない西部劇ですごくいいですけどね。それ予想外の展開だな。
You have to understand. A true Boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a Boyadero.
娘が自分勝手だったのさ。開拓の牛飼いを愛することの意味を理解してなかった。これはすごく心に刺さりますね。まあ僕は所詮男だから女の人の気持ちはわからないんですけども、その娘が自分勝手だったのさって言えてしまうこのおばちゃんの心情たるや、なんてことか。
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
あんたが例の女ドライバーなのか。
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
今私を女と呼んだのか、保安官。
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
繰り返すのやめておけ。どっちも単語に女って入ってんの。女ドライバーの話を聞いたんだ。ここにはあんたしかいない。
I'm not that either, Herife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
じゃあ あんたはみんなに恐れられているっていうドライバーじゃないんだな。
I'm only terrifying to small children and to those who used to know me.
私を恐れているのは小さな子供、あとはかつての私を知っている人間ぐらいだ。なぜ昔の知り合いに恐れられているんだ。
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
もうかつての私はどこにもいないからだよ。参ったな。非常に抽象的なことしか言ってくれないので、何を指しているのかわからない。長距離運転って言ったが、そりゃ
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there. It's all just.
うん。
In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
You feel very cold suddenly, as if standing face to face with a terrifying adversary. Then the feeling dissipates, and all you see is an aging woman.
なら俺が聞いた女ドライバーってのは誰なんだ。
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
こっちは映画を見に行くので忙しいというの。そうか。
Awesome.
オーシンはオーイエスという意味。ああ。俺が来る前ぼんやりしていたようだが。
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
Come on, he thinks. She's not the lady driver.
そうなのかな。
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
理由を聞かせろ。
Nothing. I just don't think she's connected to anything.
He's worried, but not for her. For you. What is it about this woman? If she's not connected to anything?
この主人公木キムさんがハリーに対しての何を心配しているかってことですよね。そんな状態で運転して大丈夫なのか。
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best communers around. I drive routes no one else will.
ルートって
Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaia Zemlya, Western Plain.
A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas do Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
うん。
You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say?
あんたはハーブについて知ってることがありそうだな。
What do I need drugs for, Loman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary, no drugs can compare.
私が見ているもの、感じているものは大いなる敵、 ハーブとは比べようもない。敵だって？
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
毎回困ってるけど、困ったな。どういう風に受け取ればいいんだ？
I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug. The worst one of them all.
そういう経験はどこでできる？
If you don't know,
あんたが輸送しているものって一体何だ？さっきもこの質問はしたと思うんだけどな。
why would I want to do that?
商売だよ。
Loman, what in the name of God are you talking about?
わかった。聞き方を変えよう。ターミナル B を使って通ってハーブ密輸をしてないか？
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
してるかもしれないし、してないかもしれない。私にとってはどうでもいいことだ。自分が
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad on the U41A. What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grad, Loman?
ハーブか。
No, Loman, diamonds.
参ったな。この人は迷宮だな。帰ってこれないぞ。
Damn this. Make her answer.
ダイヤモンドの話、推測でいい。この辺でハーブを、いやー、この人に何を言っても答えてくれない。キムはこれを言ってたのか。
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
みんなあいつだって言うんだよな。みんな別の人だって言うんだよな。全員がやってんじゃないのか？
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
わかった。あんたがハーブの密輸に関わってないんなら、ここで待っている理由は何なんだ？
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the features of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where it will, to the Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
今のところは以上だ。
Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
となると、あっちのあいつだって言ってんですね。ここ通れないんだっけ
？Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
女の運転手がいるらしいんだ。ここにはいないようだが、その女ドライバーとやらがここにいるか、どこにいるか知らないか。
I don't want to talk about that.
詮索するつもりはないが、何か知ってるのか？
Man, I was hoping it isn't gonna be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
はあ。ハーブの密売の犯人を知らないか聞いたよな。そしたらあんたは知らないと答えた。今度は知ってるっていうのか。
I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it.
はあ。
He still is, hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery.
誰なんだ？女の名前は？
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret. From me too. Now I see why.
どういう関係だ？
A friend? An acquaintance? I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
女の外見は？
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
女が去ったのはいつだ？
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
信じろ。問題を抱えているっていうのはどういうことだ？
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
誰もがその女を恐れていると聞いたがあんたは違うのか？
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me too. That she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
自分の心ってのは？
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
The pain it was causing her.
女はここを去った時トラックを置いていったか？
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one.
レイスマンって言ったらね。
Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
これ以上無理に押すと
Now is not the time to focus on feelings. You need that info, son.
ちょっとじゃあレイシストに聞いてみるか。
Thank you, friend. Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes, too.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
あんたが隠し事をしているのは分かっている。白状しろ。女ドライバーはどこだ？
I don't know what you're talking about.
まずあんたはシーレングがやったんじゃないと知っていただろう。ならなぜニヤニヤしている。
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
じゃあ誰が仕切ってんだ。女ドライバーか。
No. He means La Puta Madre.
ラプータマードレ。
The name resounds like a bell in the air, a dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it.
But feeling about it うっすらスターウォーズに来ましたね。あの慣用句 Bad feeling I have a bad feeling about this って、実際日常で使うのかな。スターウォーズの言葉みたいに僕の中ではありますけど。
Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
彼に任せよう。
Yeah, him.
腕を組んでうなずく。
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
簡単ではない。五分五分。ちょっと待ってよ。今のは白明薄明かりだったんですよね。薄明かりが上がるものがあったような気がするんですが。あった。手さばきはいらないよな。薬を飲んでも薄明かりは上がらないと思うから、あとは薄明かりが下がるものがないか確認して。これで可能性は上がるかな。
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
72%。
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
ダメか。
Oh yeah? And what goods are those? There's some kind of homo thing?
Okay, that's enough, detective. That's enough. Let's just go and ask Tommy, alright? We are wasting our time here.
トミーに話を聞きに行ってみよう。うん。トミーって露天商の人トミーだっけ？
Everything's still cool here, officer.
トミーって誰だ？トミーはあれ？あいつ？
Still here.
あ、これか。
Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? What? But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here. You're not gonna put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Because she's on the edge, man.
I wouldn't be so sure, Tommy. Imagine it, an explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money, and machines.
まあレベルが上がるまで待つっていう手もあるんでしょうが、ここはまああえて強引に行ってみましょう。
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
The realization that you've used his friendliness and goodwill for your own ends.
Here. Mallory's still here. Down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
フェリペ像を過ぎたあたり。
When did she leave?
Last Friday. No. I don't know. She left them to me. Because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise...
The other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
無理に聞いて面目ないと思っている。
I bet you are.
And he's sorry he couldn't be what he wants to be. A good person. His last line, his revenge on the world.
Nah. I need to think my own thoughts now. Pray forgiveness for my sins. Go check your cabin. I hope it gets you something. Help someone.
像を過ぎたあたりのグリーンのこれグリーンじゃないよな。
ペレペさん面目ない。
面目ない。面目ない、どうなったかな。面目ないでか15になりました。面目ないレベル15。これグリーンかな。言われてみればグリーンか。
This green found, A to Z, contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This is the one our man pointed to.
中を覗く。
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
ドアを開けてみよう。
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just... The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
ポスターを惚れ惚れと眺める。
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century.
この独特の歴史観とかがあるから何年代っていうのが現実とリンクしないところがね、なかなかこれが難しいんですが。
One of them particularly catches your eye. A centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
ポスターを調べる。
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly.
誰かと似てんのかな。
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm good. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
なんでこれだけの数の無線局はいるんだ。
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range too.
無線で何かできるか。
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without the dial key.
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
紙やすりがスロットルに貼り付けられている。
Sandpaper? A novel technique. Must be to offer some extra grip to the driver's foot.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front, and a metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper. It's an issue of Petit Ferique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
特にトラックからは これ
He
といっ
closed the
て
rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
おう
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
映画のポスターを
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
大量に貼ってあった
Yes, well,
Unimportant.
組合とのつながりに関してはどう
we didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Evrard Clare would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly, down the road. We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it.
なるほど
There
ね
are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
なるほどね
Debrief over. After you.
さて19時2分ジョイスのところに行ってから組合のボスクレアのところに行くかあの青年のあれもあったなアパートに行ったらいいのかどうなんだ
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Not an umbrella, I hope. I don't need one myself, you see.
All around you, rain keeps falling down. On the wooden boards she's standing on, and on the water around you.
俺もそんなコートがあればいいんだがな俺にも必要ない
Very rugged. Good choice. Now, I suspect you had questions. Nothing like talking to pass a rainy day. Am I right?
運転手たちと話してきたぞ。
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
スキルポイント入ったか。これを内面化してないんだよな。枠を作るか。これなんか配置とか関係あんのかな。アンロックしてで間接的な課税方法を内面化してみよう。でこれはもうポイントはないと。その密偵トイレは具体的にどこから見張ってたんだ。
It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
いや、義務に任せよう。
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
血の海と言ったな。どういう意味だ。
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, man, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
リンチ事件とストライキの関連性についてはすでに把握している。だが、あんたの証言が必要だ。
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
ああ、一時的に信頼を失ったというのは？
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humor.
警護部隊までつけるような状況なのか。
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
やっぱりそれは事実だったのか。大佐。
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
今のところ。
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
なるほどね。そうなっちゃうともう事態が収集できなくなっちゃうってことなのか。
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
これはまたずいぶん面倒なことをしてくれたもんだ。どう考えてもこいつはディスコじゃないな。
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
厄介だ
They would
な。
have to project strength and power.
The Debarders have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
これだ、キム。これこそが俺が今まで言い続けてきた大量の血だ。大流血だ。そんなこと言ってたか。そんなことが本当に起こるとは思えない。随分と救いのないシナリオを思い描いちゃいないか。
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
説得力のある容疑者をたった一人民事裁判所に送ることができれば。民事裁判所なの？クレネルについてどんなことを知ってる？
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep black well.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
奴らについて他にどんなことを知っている？
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
なるほどね。吊るされた男は女性を暴行したと言ったか。
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
そもそもそいつら自身どこから情報を得たんだ？その運河のそばにいたというティーンエンジャーたちは何と言ってた？
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
確かにそう言ってたんだけどね。
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
吊るされた大佐とやらはあんたの知り合いだったのか？
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
やつの名は？
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
他のメンバーについて教えてくれ。
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
エリス・デポール。
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
That's all right, man. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed, this matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
残った2人の傭兵たちは今どこにいる？
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
ああ、服のサイズが合ってなかった。論理なのか。論理ゼロだから失敗するかもしれない。
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
もう一人がわかんないな。
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry
そっか。ホテルに泊まってるタバコを捨てた女の人かな。
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
他に聞きたいことがある。
I hope I can answer it better.
残された時間はあとどれくらいだ？
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
"5 days, not more. Maybe sooner."
まだ5日ぐらいは余裕があるのか。いや、そういう風に感じているっていうだけで確証はないのか。
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
なるほどね。
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
今ならこのタトゥーについて話してくれてもいいんじゃないか。
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
For about half a minute in silence.
It was taken with a trigger not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent. Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
この地図にはどんな意味があったんだ？
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
なるほどね。
Where is he now?
The times have changed. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this. Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
何のことだかさっぱりわからない。
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp, Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald and bespectacled, is writing in a ledger on his desk. Rows and rows of days and weeks, laconic remarks in a single column. Patrol, case, vacation, injured. In Martinez, looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside, there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
この男と同胞というわけではないが、これはこいつの任務履歴なんじゃないのか。
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
もっと詳しい話ができるやつはいそうか。
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade. Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security. But if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
タトゥーに関しては以
Is
上
there
だ。
anything else I can help you with?
イブラート・クレアと話をしてきたんだが、
You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
気に食わん。やつは素晴らしい男だ。労働者の英雄だ。虹の連合とやらを目指すうぬぼれた社会主義者だった。虹の連合とは人種差別や階級差別を否定し、多文化を推進する活動。虹の連合を目指してたのか。一緒に仕事ができる男だと感じた。俺が選んだ権力者は奴ではない。あんたと資本の大義。俺が奴をどう思ったか重要じゃない。俺は自分の仕事をしたまでだ。ここはどっちつかずの態度を取りたいけどな。まあ気に食わん程度のことは言っておくか。
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually... Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
ウルムとはドラゴンに似た生き物とされている。
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees
Necktie来た。
completely. Let's gossip.
イブラート氏が俺の銃を探すのを手伝ってくれている。言ってみるか。交換条件でなんか、じゃあこっちは手帳を返してあげようとかそういう。
Oh. That's so helpful of him.
The lieutenant looks at you, and you can swear his jaw muscle is trembling.
言い過ぎた？
He's able to contain the anger and surprise.
Unconventional police officers sometimes lose their guns. They then go around and tell people about this to gauge their reactions. It's all part of detecting.
Incredible. Simply incredible. And how is it going? Has this detecting produced a gun?
まだ何も。
Well, maybe he's not as helpful as you thought then. Is there anything else? Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat. Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
この現実世界のことも話してみたいけれども、とりあえず今はいいでしょう。よしと。あとはタバコを吸ってた男がいるかどうかを確認するのと、イブラートの方にいつ頃帰ってくるって言ってたかな。部屋もどこだって言ってたか忘れちゃったよな。 手帳に書いてあるかな。ああ、ボルシチね。2階の奥かな。28。ああ、そっか。ここから行くんじゃなかったか。どっからどうやって行くんだっけな。ここから出ても一緒だよな。これか。あ、28号室。レベルアップした？こっちはすげえいっぱいあんだよな、これ。とりあえず教官を上げていくか。30。29。じゃあここが
This door is
28。
made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening.
もうちょっと遅くなってからの
We
方
should
がいいかな。
return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
明日の日中仕事を終えてからまた訪ねてみる。明日の日中の仕事を終えてからまた訪ねてみる。何の話だ？
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we're here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.?
明日の21時ね。
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory.
Tomorrow 9 p.m. right here. Apartment number 28.
次の20、次っていうか次の次の21時ね。
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him.
さて、イブラートのところに行くか。これ、あ、そっか。ここ通らないと出らんないのか。厨房に行って、スープのことを尋ねて、 その後もう寝てるかもな。厨房がもう開いてないかもしれないな。
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? What are we going to do to you?
You were specifically asked not to say that, and then you said it anyway. You junior delinquent.
The union isn't going to do anything to you.
Goddamn right.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak.
Boss need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Vodka burst! I love it, Bratan! Turn it the fuck up and then ask for some yourself!
ネクタイだった。
Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
酒はやめておこう。
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak. He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
マーニャの友人だとレオが言ってたが。
The mention of mañana gets his attention. He
Mañana.
smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends?
さて。とりあえずイブラートのところに行ってくるか。この人に聞くのはまた後でもいいだろう。これ話しとく必要ある。
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
マグカップが揃えてあった。
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
俺はただ大量のマグカップがあったと言っただけだぞ。
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
これの結果がどうなるのかな、よくわからないからな。 ちょっと通してくれよ。
Your race descent has only worsened since I left.
通してくれないのか。これは何チェック
The
だった？
already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
名前を聞いた。
Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers. 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. How may I help you?
ん？
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy.
俺と何の関係がある？
Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
俺を知ってるか？
No.
俺はなんでお前に電話したんだ？
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
俺はハリー・デュボアだ。
Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
ブルーオーシャンヘル。
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia.
それって今の状況じゃないのか？
No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining and there is almost no traffic on the street. A woman's tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed with a lifetime ahead of them. Suddenly you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over.
キム、ビデオレバショールのことを考えると悲しくなるんだ。
That's enough for you today. Let's conclude this call.
用は済んだ。ここなんかチェックあったっけ？
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Hundreds of documents containing and the same materials being handed. You already went through all of these. Remember, Leo, Everart's all items on the list. The drawer slides. The payphone hangs mutely on the wall. There isn't much.
あれ？なんでレンタルビデオ屋に電話したんだろう。あのコンテナも気になるけどな。これのチェックは何だったっけな。
You're back before the cargo
ああ、
container.
習字学だ。
Its drawer has
最も苦手なあれ？あ、この奥か。いたいた。ウォッカが入ってんだってさ。
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing. Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane up. Sure, mister. About what? Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right...
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with it. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always...
You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they...
Oh, mister. I do a lot more than that.
He really takes great pride in being in Everett's good graces.
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That, of course, mister. I'm more than happy to be helpful.
特に報告する必要はなかったのか。さてと、ちょっと服装を考えておくか。論理、平成。手さばきはいらないだろうな。才覚が減る。耐久力。概念か。ちょっとわかんないな。とりあえずでもまあ気力の薬アルコールは持っててもしょうがない。これは持っておこう。これ使ったら体力減るんだっけ。あ、気力が減るんだった。しまった。
Mr. Dubois, every worker?
どれを言ってもこいつに従っているような感じになるけど。
Hey, why the hell not? Now, how can I help you today?
ハーブ取引に関する調査が終わったぞ。
Ah, yes, your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
やったぞ、イーブラート。止めてやった。何のことだ。
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
レベルが上がったな。 こいつに対抗するにはちょっと共感してもしょうがないような気がするから、意志力を上げとくか。なんか内面化できるのはないよな。団結心が高い暗示。これがいいかもな。暗示をちょっと一つ上げとくか。なんとなく出来心で部屋の中に入って様子を確かめたりなんかしたかね。
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
事実を言え。レイシステッド的なマグカップのコレクションを見た気がしなくもない。
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
前に話したマグカップのコレクションがあの部屋にあった。同じようなマグが吊るされた男の服が捨てられた廃棄物からも見つかっている。
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me.
余計なことを言った。
I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best. Helping people. With the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
ネズミは殺しの後始末を引き受けていたかもしれない。
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody. Can't imagine him being connected to a high caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry. Am I getting this right? Of course, Harry. Stoic silence. I like that. Very befitting a police officer. I'm not a real detective. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
リンチとストライキの間には何らかの関連性があると聞いた。あんたが知っていることを教えてほしい。
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant. No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
An entire neighborhood of killers.
この近隣一帯がグルなのか。
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
刺激してきたやつの正体か。
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried.
なぜ傭兵たちが輸送会社に雇われていると断言できる？
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
これはどうしよう。こっちに情報を流す必要があるのかどうか。別のことについて聞きたい。
Absolutely. Sock it to me.
女弁護士が話に上がったな。
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
タイタス・ハーディとその仲間たちについて教えてくれ。
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Theo.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
質問に答えてないな。
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Separate one from the herd.
ハーディの部下の中であんたが一番好いてないのはドイツだ。やめておいた方がいい。
Or what? He'll give you info. Fine. Don't ask it then.
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
はあ
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
必要ない。
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else?
今回はこの辺にしておこう。
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
うーん。どうせまたたちの悪いこと企んでるんだろう。俺は左派でも右派でもない。いつだって自分の心に従って動いてるだけだ。
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
提案がある？
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martin A's, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
何のために必要な署名なんだ？
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martin A's. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
あの老人2人とかを立ち退かせるみたいな話か。具体的にどこに向かえというんだ？
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
運河を渡ったって書いてるな。まだ行ってない先なのかもしれない。
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
これ一応受けておいてやらないってこともできるんじゃないのかな。いやすごいこれこいつに今簡単に引き寄せられてる感じがするな。本当は断った方がいいんだけど、くそこれはだからわざと引っかかってやるっていうつもりでも引き受けた時点でもう多分終わりなんだろうな。しょうがない、やるしかないか。
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
完全に引き込まれてんな。
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the waterlock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
水曜日の朝には治る。そういうことか。
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
今回の殺人事件の詳細について確認したいことがある。
Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you.
いや。
By all means, Harry, what's on your mind?
止めてやったってこれ何のことなんだ？
What?
ああ、いかがわしいスープ。
Did I? Well done then, Harry. I like not knowing about it, and I'm sure you made the right call. I spend the whole day delegating tasks, and it's a great relief to see people taking initiative. I don't even want to know what all of that means. Brew, shady, alcohol, turned off. I'm gonna let the world surprise me. See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
インタラクト。
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
12から40ヶ月の建設期間に関する。
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
これはちょっと論理を上げていかなきゃいけないな。
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
服装的に今論理が下がるものはとりあえずはないんだな。なんかでもステータス的に論理が下がってるやつがあったと思うんだよな。論理プラス1。これ今のメガネなんだっけ。論理マイナス2になってんだよな。スーパースターとマグネシウム。スーパースターとマグネシウムを捨てるか。で論理を上げていこう。スキルポイントが入ったらですね。ちょっと論理がないとこの先対応できない感じがしてきた。ただな、論理とかな、これも知性1しかないからね、頭悪いんだけどまあ頑張って上げていって、なんかだんだん補強していけば上げていけるかもしれない。いやー面白いな。とりあえず今できることとしては、まあ危険だけどストを先導しているやつに話しかけることと、明日の朝になったら橋が上がるから、そしたら向こうに行ってまた車椅子の女の人の旦那さんを探すのもあるし、いろいろあるな。まだなんかやってなかったことあるかな。アーマーの他のパーツ、呪われた商業地区を調査する。この建物の上に入る方法がわかんないんだよ。タイタスに威厳を見せる。これはできるか。バルコニーの喫煙者は明日の21時ね。今日の21時でもいいのかな。食うのに何か知ってるか尋ねる。これはやってないかもな。 これも無線であの人に電話する必要があるかもしれないな。タトゥーはこのスト破りと関わるからあんまり今は手を出したくないんだよな。通報したのも誰かわかんないし、これはだからうっすらそのレイプされたっていうのと関わっているのかもしれないっていう気がしてるんですけどね。これは全然入る方法わかんないしな。カラオケ現実について知ればまあやろうと思えばできるのか。これは本の中から何かを見つけるやつか。本屋さんもう閉まっちゃってるかもしれない。これはでも別に視覚計算上がってないもんな。傷んだ記録簿とかなんだろうな。マップ欲しいよな。どっかにあるのかな。とりあえず今9時ぐらいまでにやれることはタイタス・ハーディに話すことぐらいか。この人ね。29だけどお金は無駄遣いしたくないからな。気力回復薬を買おうかと思ったけど。
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Hmm. これちょっと待ってよ。服装で権威が上がるものとかあったっけ？上がったり下がったりするもの。これ下がるんだな。これでじゃああとは話をしてからってことか。
The circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
話してきた。
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy And now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
もっと俺を追い込んで確かめたらどうだ、腰抜け。
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
まだ悔いな。もう一度話をしたい。
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph.
ブレ
Since
イ
you're
ク
his
スルー
biggest
マジ
fan.
か。
Good one, Titus.
今この場であんたを逮捕してやろうか。
Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
Weren't you warned to not go down this path? And yet you still go and do it.
Not in the arresting mood?
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster. You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer. Easy. Walk back from the provocation. They're armed, and they outnumber us. The lieutenant tries to establish eye contact with you.
ここは冷静に話し合う。
Wise move. You made the right choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth.
He's grateful. Just a little, somewhere down there. You didn't force him to get ugly.
About fucking time.
これは言ってみるか。
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
知ってるのか。
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Nervous, snickering. There's a rush of adrenaline present. Titus did his best, but his men are a bit unsettled.
彼らはある種の報復を行う気でいるらしい。その対象はもちろんあんたらだ。
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon.
Hmm. ジョイスの話では彼らは暴走状態にある。制御できる人間がいない。どうだろうな。クレルはまずいだろう。あんたらもよく知ってるはずだ。
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals, special forces, as you said. They're not a gang or Barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
傭兵たちはアサルトライフルで武
We
装し
got
ている。
weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
それでセラミックアーマーを貫通できるのか。
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
お楽しみ？貫通しなくても楽しめるか。
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor. You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal. Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
He's really prepped himself up for this. He has to keep the fear in check.
What do you mean, okay?
まあいいか。奴らがあんたらを皆殺しにしてもって意味。まあいいか。俺が自分の銃を見つけたら銃がもう一丁増えるし。これは銃がもう一丁増えるしねってどっち側の意味なんだろうな。
We don't need you or your lost gun. We all have our guns. We'll just use those if it's okay with you.
Last gun or not, you're going to need help. We are offering it.
Okay, I accept the offer, but I'll believe it when I see it.
He appreciates it, but can only accept it conditionally.
五分五分。やってみますか。どうでしょう。
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
似たような景色を俺はどこかで見たんだ。
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time. You seen Apricot, old Purdue's daughter? Asked Lieutenant McCoy. Replies Torson. The ass on that one. McCoy shakes his head in appreciation. A bit strange the old man named her Apricot, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Wanna hit the kebab joint?
これは昔あった会話なのか。わかったぞタイタス。あんたらはこの地域の本物の権威ある存在なんだな。あんたらはきっと本物の警官のような集団なんだ。たむろしてダラダラと過ごしながらビールを飲んでる。
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
何もないさ。俺も勤務中に酔ったりする。あんたらと同じように少しも気にしちゃいない。いや、俺もビールに目がないんだ。さらに市民を助けるよりもオナニーしてる方が好きでね。ビール問題を抱えてる俺だから別にビールに問題はない。俺は自分の仕事のやり方も忘れちまってるよ。何もないさ。
Speak for yourself, buddy. We've been giving a shit for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push, quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Titus?
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her. But you treat her with respect.
Oh.
If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
What is her name?
Glacia. I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags. A real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit.
Oh.
That's I'm on due. With an O-U.
アマンドゥじゃない。ドウだ。最初に会った女の人かな。あれが僕はいやでもこの上にいるから監視しているのかなと思ってたんですが、潜伏しているもう一人のね、傭兵の一人だったとしたら全部仕組まれてるってことですよね。まだわからないな。
Shit. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. Remember what you said to her? You told her you want to have.
そうだった。そうだった。それは本当に面目ない。
Oh, it's her! It's definitely her! It's Miss Oranje, disco dancer!
Yeah, blonde, tall.
気力が下がった。
Two rooms over from yours.
あのミス・オランディエディスコダンサーの。
Sure, why not? You've probably seen her around.
ちょっと回復しておこう。
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
It sounds like you're having a heart attack.
体力も減った。
Whatever you said, it couldn't have been that bad. Please relax. Whatever you do, do not tell him you know her. That would sound off.
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
そのレイプだけどいつ頃の話だ。
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
Here you go, boss.
I know her.
How well do you know her?
Well enough, Copper. We party. She's been here for a few months.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
ということは彼女はこの辺りの人間じゃないのか。
You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranye disco dancer is an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying over here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it. And what was up with the partying she and Titus did? It sounded fun.
パーティーをしたと言ったな。
What do you think I meant?
カラオケは歌ったか。
Yeah, tons of it. All the songs. No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
これは言わない方がいいってことなんだな。
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
なるほど。お
Indirect modes of taxation.
間接的な
Turns out those financial oversight committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Rivasholians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fair tax. Preach that 98% gross burden. Preach it, preacher man. Set the brothers free. Taxes are racist.
ウルトラリベラルな会話や選択肢でリアルプラス1お金もらえるのマイナス1共感これはもう一つ忘れたいですね共感上げてるからこれとこれだから今つけてるやつ良くないですね間接的な課税方法とマグネシウム生命体とある種のスーパースターこの3つはちょっと論理に負荷がかかるんでいらないですねよし21時ここでキムと話せる
Officer, what was that?
さっきのって
You looked strange when he mentioned the assault victim's name. Do you know that woman?
まあ知ってるっちゃ知ってるんだけど
Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
俺はレイプしていないその女は俺が警官だったことを覚えていなかったことを知ってるその女を口説いちまった
Understood.
女は後で俺が彼女を尋問することになるだろうし、面倒になること、だろうと言ってた。そうなんだな。
It is. This would have been good to know before.
話題に上がらなかったか
な。It should have. Anything else?
そんなことをだって知らんかったから。
Okay, that's manageable. Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday. What you're saying is, you raped her?
Ice is forming on the inside of your chest cavity. Cold sweat trickles down your neck.
そっか。まだ自分だっていう可能性も捨てきれてないのか。
Then, don't ever say that again. What else? We'll be alright, officer. This is nothing.
だって暴れてたって言われてるのも自分だしね。ちょっとまだ時系列がはっきりしてないからよくわかんない。あ、記録が回復した？まだ話できるかな。結構21時。
The door is closed.
Who is it?
This is the police. Can we come in?
Come on up. The door is open. I'm drying my hair.
This medicine cabinet is full of wares. Sheets of pills, haphazardly stacked one on top of the other. There's also a toothbrush somewhere in there. It's been used quite a lot. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdoses.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
電気価格を上げなくてもいけるかな?
A bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Peptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
人目を気にせず大胆に取る。やめておこう。
Welcome to the roof.
Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will.
ここはいい景色だな。
It's much nicer now.
Where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible from the roof, but no longer.
Thank you for that, officers. Truly.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness, when she thinks about the death of that man.
清掃婦って言ったよな。俺にも必要なんだ。
Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
ディスコインフェルノだ。
They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit. Because of the infernum.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57. I believe you have already met my colleague from Precinct 41.
Have I ever? This is the world's most lamentable cop.
すごい、なんとも寂しい声で喋りますね。
Do not go along with this.
面目ない。俺は面目ないデカなんだ。いや、俺はもはやそのようなものではない。今やスーパースターデカなんだ。面目ない。俺は面目ないデカなんだ。
It's okay. It's absolutely okay to be that. What is this about, officers?
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man down there. The people who put him there have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
名前を聞かせてもらえないかな。
Clasier Amondou.
クラシエ・アマンドー。どこの出身なんだ？
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje.
オランイエには何があるんだ？
A bad memory, officer.
どんな悪い思い出なんだ？
Of lilacs and lightning. Parks, glass. Duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night. At least it was for me.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you if you do something wrong.
Sooner or later, everyone does.
あんたはいくつなんだって聞く？別にでも失礼とかもないと思うんだけどな。
I'm 28.
結構若かったな。もっと年に見えるよな。苦労してるってことなのかな。
Something stupid.
Wanna hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts, asking if they're cancer. His partner, Emil Mullins, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. I touched him. He's warm. He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
あんたは警官なのか？
No, no. More stupid. Oranese lit.
オランイェ文学。
Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university.
それは？
Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are... Only the name of the nation changes.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
何ができるんだ？
Nothing. I do nothing with it.
クールだな。
It's not very cool, but what can you do?
パスポートを見せてもらえないか？
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
Thank you for your candor. Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than Clausia Mondu. It's a weird name.
ちょっと引っかかるな。これはでも引っ掛けなのかな。
Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her expression or her movements.
The record. So official.
いい部屋を取ってる。
Yeah. It's pretty deluxe.
No one likes to talk about their dirty laundry and their empty bottles. Maybe if you phrase it emotionally.
悲しみが充満しているな。
Yeah. I've contaminated it pretty bad. The contamination spreads from room to room. First, I escaped upstairs. The sad got that too. Then I found the handle for the summer door.
この汚染の正体は一体何なんだ？
For me, it's a mix of me with a lack of cleaning services. How about you? Talk around the establishment is, you have an industrial sad spill in there.
俺のはアルコール依存症だよ、お嬢さん。
Cool. I think I'm developing a pinch of that too. It hasn't done wonders to my taste in interior decoration. I'm wintering.
冬ごもり。
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November.
なぜここにしたの？
Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol?
マルティネーズって意味だ。
I heard this is where the washed up disco has-beens go. If you say so, officer. If you say so. Okay. Yes, you're just one room away. Very personal.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like...
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
朝ではないけどな。
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Is it? It is evening. Time flies, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
これは何だろうな。まあちょっとL っていう映画がありますよね。レイプされてないってことにするっていう言い回しがどういうことかちょっと考えた方がいいかもしれないですね。
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
タイタスはあんたが俺たちに話をする際脚色するように言ったのか。
Pretty much.
ほぼ。
Warming them.
実際どんなことが起きたんだ。
We partied.
パーティーをした。どこかで聞いたことのある表現だ。
A lot of partying going on.
From Titus. About her and Titus's relationship. That's where you heard it.
俺がやったのと同じようなやつか。
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that.
はあ。俺ほど派手なパーティーができるやつもいるもんか。
Please, you're alive in 50. I've known people who party so hard they're dead at 14.
What did you do when you partied?
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder. That's why.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
恋人同士だったのか。お互いに特別な感情を持っていたってことか。
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment. A military man, as you probably know. Had a cool, scary scar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? Apprehension? With longing, she misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes. I've had a great view. From the roof, out of the bathroom window, in my dreams.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
ああ、通報したのはこの人だったのか。
Yes. I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little. With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
Which landline?
The one downstairs, officer. I used the whirling landline. I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right thing to do.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, he'd still be hanging there. He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably know all about it.
And his role in this strike was what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
あの男について知っていることを教えてくれ。
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now. I can't talk about his... I don't know. Hair?
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
She meant she sees him in her dreams. You pissed it all away. All of it. Elysium.
俺も夢で会ったぞって言った方が良かったのか。
They're frequent guests. Downstairs. They have a booth for union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the Hardy Boys?
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
言及せずにおくか。
Don't be tactful. She doesn't care.
I'm 89% sure. Cool.
She sincerely thinks it's very cool of you. She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof feels humid.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
なるほどな。
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door. I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers. A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the brackets.
まあこれは無理でしょうからやめときますか。なんだ、いろいろあるな。さて、じゃあ今日はこの操作で打ち止めっていうところかな。
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called Hardy Boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
ここでじゃあ部屋に戻るってやると喋るのかな。あ、お金払ってないのか。
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Another thing. Great. I love those. Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
Oh.
What? Did someone mention my name?
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line. Everything is okay here. Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else? Yes?
ここで話しないのか。あら。先に行った方が良かったのか。まあいいか。鏡見てもな、今
A
多
mirror
分
hangs
減る
on
の
the
ないよ
bathroom
な。
wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
チェーンカッターで蛇口を直す。チェーンカッターを持っとくか。チェーンカッターで
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place.
気力が
Well,
減少
you
し
know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
もうやめとこ
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
う。まあもう寝た方がいいですかね。
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself.
びっくりしたな。
You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
And there's a lot of it, ever present in your organs. It's like every one of them has their own nasty song to sing. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you?
俺が悪かった。細胞たち全部俺のせいだ。俺が悪いんだ。
ペーペさんね、ネクタイ君。
ネクタイくんっぽい感じの声でしたね。びっくりしましたね。面目ない。俺のせいだ。
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you.
威厳を持って耐えよう。俺は芸術家で、鑑賞外は俺の作品だ。
Oh yeah, baby. Frame your suffering as a masterpiece. Only one problem. No one's watching. It's boring, buddy. Boring as death. You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that? Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
なんなんだ。ああ、普通に目が覚めましたね。はい。ということで今回はここまでにしておきましょう。結構いろいろ分かってきましたが、まだ、南の方に行ってないんで、そっちに行くのと、いろいろ複雑に絡んでいる人間関係が分かってきて、そして自分についても分かってくるのか、あと何日あるのか、面白いですね。はい、たまりません。では今回はここまでにしておきます。ご視聴いただきましてありがとうございました。引き続きやっていきますので、チャンネル登録等よろしければ、お願いいたします。たまにいいねボタンを押してくれると喜びます。では今回はここまでにしておきます。それではまた。